And we are drinking in the basement. Only we're not in our basement, are we?
We're at Wente Vineyards.
To celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Happy anniversary, honey.
Oh, thank you. Hey, we're in lovely Livermore, California.
Right, and we're going to taste some wines at Wente and a couple other vineyards along the way.
Yeah. So we'll be back to you with the update in a little bit.
And then the labels, and all of them are inspected right away. If the labels are all right, they look good, and if not, they'll put them right here and they'll redo them. Right here by the six. All the winemakers or whoever's working on the barrels, they write down what they're doing. All the white is what they're doing. So they're making sure everything's good.
So we're tasting some small lot Grenache, which is fantastic. Tart berries all throughout, especially on the back end. Excellent. This one's not available at our store. You have to come to the winery to get it. Hi Brian, what are we tasting now?
The 2009 Nth Degree Cabernet, Livermore Valley.
And this one I can get at the store, although I have no idea how much it would be.
Probably around $60.
I think it was a little less when I checked out pricing before, but around there. So, also get some cherry on this one, but not like as tart as that Grenache that I had. More just deeper, richer flavor, but also fantastic Cabernet. I think the best Cabernet we tried here, and my two favorites were the Grenache and this one. How about you, Brian?
I would agree. I also like the Symmetry. What are they called?
No.
The Serenity.
The Serenity.
Which is
Serenity.
Not available through us, only available at the winery.
To club members.
To club members, as Ryan is telling me. Ryan is our guide for this tour. Thank you, Ryan.
Hello, you're welcome.
It's been a lot of fun.
Hello, we're back. We had a very good day of tasting today. As you saw earlier, we were at Wente Vineyards over in Livermore.
With Ryan.
Had a very good tasting with Ryan. Tasted about 6 or 7 different wines. At least 6 or 7 wines. A lot from their club list. I was very excited for one. I went over and they had a club exclusive, and I pulled. It was called Symmetry, wasn't it?
No, it was something. I can't remember what it was called.
It was a special blend. It was a Rhone blend. I pulled off and said, "Can we open this?" He goes, "Sure, we'll open whatever you want."
Yeah, he made a very happy face.
It was a kid in a candy store. It was excellent. So we spent some time with Ryan over at Wente, and then we went over to Marietta Well Winery with Bill. It's owned by Wente, a small production winery owned by Wente, and we tasted a Zinfandel.
Well, first we tasted the whip, which we carry in the store. It's $14.99, and what was the red one again? The
Spur.
Which I think is around $20, a red blend. And then there were a bunch of items they had that were
like they're small,
really
lots.
Small production. I mean, we tasted stuff that was made
75
limited
cases.
to 75 cases up to about 350 cases.
So we tasted a muscat, which was excellent.
Which it was dry. Let me repeat that. The muscat was dry.
It was not sweet.
Let me repeat that. The muscat was dry.
Courtesy of Bill. It's not sweet. It's not sweet. It was very good. More like a Sauvignon Blanc or even a Sancerre wine. Very, very minerally on the back. And we had a Zinfandel. What else did we try? A Petit Verdot.
Yes.
And a Cabernet Franc.
And I think you bought a Petit Verdot.
I bought a Petit Verdot, and I bought their 2009 Meritage, which is a Petit Verdot, Cabernet, Merlot, Malbec in it. It is a Bordeaux varietal blend. I'm looking forward to tasting that one.
All right, so right now we're sitting in front of the Wente cottage.
Cabin.
Thank you. No, cottage.
Cabin.
Thank you, Wente, for letting us stay here. Yeah, you can show the
the cabin. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, Dill.
And they also provide us with a complimentary bottle in the room, so we're having a little bit of
Wente 2009 Southern Hills Cabernet, 100% Livermore Valley Cabernet.
We do carry this in the store. I can't remember how much it was, but I'll tell Brian and we'll get it
put it on
the
the
episode.
show.
So we're going to go to dinner now at Wente. We're going to meet Carolyn Wente for dinner.
And tell them about the bottles you brought.
I brought a bottle of 1973 Wente Brothers Riesling Auslese and a bottle of 1972 Gewürztraminer. We're hoping they're still good. Who knows, but still it's an interesting bottle, and it'd be nice to share it with one of the family members.
So that's it for now. We'll be filming again in a couple days when we're down at Bridalwood in Santa Barbara.
Till then, we're going to continue drinking at Wente.
Drinking at Wente.
All right, so we're back from California.
Long and winding road trip through the whole state, or 3/4 of the state.
Yes, I know it's not the whole state because my wife got a book about California and told me to take a look at it on the plane, and there was nothing about San Francisco in there.
Because it stopped at what, San Simeon?
San Simeon South.
So San
no good
Francisco
for half our trip.
So San Francisco is not in Southern California.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Anyway, you may have noticed that we only have tape from Wente Vineyards, and the reason for that is simple. We were with our families. Our wives were giving us all kinds of
crap.
There you go. That's a good word.
Yeah. It's a family show.
So that we were not able to tape as we went along. In fact, well, let's talk about some of the places we did go, or some of the things we did do. So after we taped, we went to dinner at Wente.
The dining room at Wente Vineyards
right.
is excellent.
Yeah, it was probably, for me, it was the best food I had on the trip.
I
had
agree.
the duck, highly recommend it. We also I brought a couple bottles with us. I don't know if we get some pictures into this.
I could try a 1972 Gewürztraminer.
From Wente Brothers.
And yep, go ahead.
It was called Wente Brothers back then because it was brothers. Now it's called
Wente Vineyards.
Right, Wente, I think Family Vineyards, because Carolyn Wente's involved in the operation.
And she's the CEO.
Right, and she is extremely nice. She came to us at our table.
And dropped off
a couple bottles of Wente Late Harvest Riesling, a 98 and a 2008. We'll get back to that.
And we also had a 1973 Riesling Auslese.
Correct. So part of what you can learn from, and we don't have, again, tape of it, but what you can learn from us trying those wines is that you can't judge a book by its cover.
No, not at all.
So first we opened the Gewürztraminer, and great seal.
Great nose.
Had a nice nose, kind of subtle.
Yep.
Pretty nose.
Reasonable color. The color was nice.
Right, color was okay. It was darkish, but not real dark. Tried it, and what did it taste like?
It was very bitter. It just lost a lot of flavor and got tinny on the finish.
See, I thought it was just very watery.
Well, it was gone. It was the fruit flavors were gone.
No flavor at all. Almost like drinking water.
Yep.
And the reason for that is there was just not enough.
Not enough sugar to last 39 years.
Exactly.
Or almost 40 years.
40 years. So, then we opened the Riesling Auslese. We actually couldn't get the cork out.
Right.
They had to push it in.
Yes, and then run it through cheesecloth.
Right. The seal seal from the cork was not very good. There was some seepage coming out of it. And when we poured it into our glasses, what it looked like?
Brown water.
Yeah, almost like brown sludge.
Like syrup.
Right. So actually, I do have a picture of that too. Maybe we can get that.
We can work pictures in. I'll try to work pictures in.
All right. I have to forward that to you then. Anyway, we smelled it and thought, no. I said, wait a minute here.
Got some
this
potential.
Might be pretty good. It actually had a pretty good.
And it was very good tasting wine.
Yes, and it was. I'm not going to say it was at its best because I think it would have been better several years ago.
Yep.
But it certainly maintained the sweet. It wasn't overpowering sweetness, but it was like a.
It maintained the profile of an Auslese Riesling.
Right. It was actually quite nice.
Yes,
we had it with dessert at the Wente Vineyards.
And that was our dessert wine. We didn't order anything else. We drank that wine for dessert. And a number of the staff members came over and tried it and all said, wow, thank you very much. It's great to try an older wine from our vineyard, and this is very good.
Right. All right. So after that, we went to
Monterey.
We went to Monterey. There were a couple more stops we could have made. We didn't get a chance to get to Bridlewood. We had a couple issues with Highway 1 and with an infection in one of the kids.
We had antibiotic run, and we also had mudslides on Highway 1. So kind of detoured us a little bit.
We never did get Terrace Castle.
No.
But we were able to stop at
Firestone Walker Brewing Company in Paso Robles.
Exactly. Now, why is there no tape of that?
Because we were with our families.
Exactly. So since the restaurant wasn't open, they threw a fit, and we had about 15 minutes to
try four beers. We tried their double jack IPA.
We tried Abacus or
Succaba,
which
very good.
Which was very good.
12% alcohol by volume.
Now that I thought was but that was my second favorite.
The Merlin?
I preferred it was Merkin. Velvet Merkin.
Yes, that was outstanding.
Bourbon barrel-aged oatmeal stout, and I thought that was fantastic. That was my favorite.
I was driving, so I had a couple sips of the oatmeal stout. And I couldn't finish it, but that was outstanding. The Abacus, but too high alcohol content for driving through California.
Maybe we could even get a picture of the RV we drove.
I could probably work that one in.
All right, it was a huge van.
Mercedes Sprinter van.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we then stopped in
Santa Barbara.
Well, we stopped in Santa Barbara. We also stopped in Malibu to visit my cousins. I think we're going to have some of their wines at some point in the store. We got to try
Chateau Soleil.
Chateau Soleil.
Yep.
We got to try a bunch of their wines. They have some Chardonnay. They have like a
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. A Syrah.
A Malabage.
Malabage, which is a Cabernet Syrah blend. I think it was equal parts.
Yeah, that was my favorite of the bunch.
I like the.
You like the Syrah. I like the Syrah the best. They also had a Cabernet.
Very fruit forward, but nice wines, and we'll have them in the store. I think
Good, easy drinking, everyday wines.
Pretty good values.
Yeah.
And we're going to be the only people that have them.
That's right.
Exactly. So.
Do you have price points ideas on where they would fall out?
Under $20.
Very good everyday drinking wines. Highly recommended.
Chardonnays will be about $10. And that night we also tried the Wente 2008 Late Harvest Riesling,
which was very good.
But it was much more powerful than the subtleness of the older one.
The 1973 Riesling, yes.
Just more acidity, got a lot of like apple and flavors from it. Just really nice.
Pear.
You can only get that at the vineyard, so that's not going to be for sale.
And that came, and I believe it was the 98, which you probably still have.
I do.
Came right out of Carolyn Wente's personal cellar.
Thank you very much, Carolyn. We appreciate it.
So that will be something that he will open when I am here in the basement.
Or we'll have it with dinner. I think we were talking about going out with the Rebecks maybe. Maybe I'll bring that for dessert that day.
To Innovasi in Lake Bluff.
We can bring our own wine?
Yes, you can.
There you go. That's the day we're drinking it.
All right.
Anyway, so that's really it. We just wanted to fill you in on our trip. I hope you enjoyed the segment we had at Wente.
And this is, since we are in the basement, I am drinking. He is not. It's a whole other...
I thought we were just going to summarize the remainder of our trip, but...
From about day 5 on, he, kind of backed off some of the drinking. So it's okay. You're good.
You should come and see us on April 21st. That's our fall wine tasting. Wine tasting? Maybe it's the spring wine tasting.
Here, have some.
Thank you. Maybe I'll give this a shot.
And then I believe it was just announced July 28th is your summer tent event.
That's correct.
I saw that coming out. That is a blast. We filmed there last year. We'll film there this year. Outdoors is beer under the tent. Indoors is liquor and wine.
Yep.
Great time. We'll keep updated on that as we go along.
Yeah, April 21st, though, back to the one coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to have all kinds of wines. It's going to be huge. And we're going to have Woodford there etching bottles again.
For their bourbon?
For their bourbon.
Excellent.
Which should be a lot of fun. And that's from 1 to 5, April 21st. Don't miss it. We're no longer on vacation, so it's time to go because
it's Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night. So until next time, we are...
Drinking in the basement.